Hey guys, today we are going to make Steampunk Cinderella artist trading cards using the Steampunk Cinderella digi set that I added for Mixed Media Mermaids this month on Patreon. To start things off, I just printed everything out. You choose whichever digi papers you want to use. I chose the swirlies and the little dot looking things, and but you use whatever you want to use. That's totally up to you. And then cut out three 3.5 inch by 2.5 inch pieces of watercolor paper. You could probably use cardstock for this, since we're not going to be doing paint or anything like that. But I just like a really sturdy background, so I always use the thicker 90-pound watercolor paper for mine. And the next thing we're going to do is just either you can use glue dots or double-sided tape. I personally think double-sided tape is better after doing this today. I'm recording the voiceover later. So that's what I would recommend, is for the when you're putting the background and the title sheets on, just use the double-sided tape. The next thing we're going to do is, if you have a script stamp like the one I'm using here, you can use that, or you can just skip it. It's not really necessary. The pattern on the digipapers is super cute and works by itself too. I almost didn't use the stamp, and then I was like, I think I will, just to add a little more, a little something more, but it's not necessary. So if you don't have a script stamp, you could skip it, or you could use some other stamp that you feel is related to Cinderella. Just now I was doing a little more fussy cutting that I missed out in my prep. Then just lay things around before you stick anything down. That way you know that you like the placement. I'm just using little glue dots, and I had a tough time with my glue dots. They're kind of old. I haven't been able to craft much the past couple years. I had my weight loss surgery, and then just sort of sitting down and doing anything was super difficult. I had so much energy. But now I've plumped up again, and sitting down is good and not a problem. So yeah, I'm just putting glue dots on the back of the little cogs that I want to use on this artist trading card. And I didn't use a whole lot. The artist trading cards are pieces of art, so they're not really supposed to be played with or anything like that. So they shouldn't have to be super firm, but you want them on there enough to where, you'd have to really smack it, or do something rough with it to get the piece to fall off. You could also just use a glue stick, or Mod Podge, which you'll see I use later for the gold flaky stuff. And that's just what I'm doing. I'm using glue dots to place everything where I want it. And just look and, play around with the different elements and see what you like, or just do exactly as I've done. That's totally fine. Here you'll see I'm using the double-sided tape for the back. I'm trying to make sure I don't have any tape with a cat fur on it. It's my kitty cat Pixie, really sheds everywhere. And there we go. And then you just go in and trim off any excess edges. The ATCs are 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches, but if you're gonna go if you have to air on either side, make sure you're airing smaller, because a lot of people keep their artist trading cards in the playing card collection sheets, and they won't fit if they're bigger than 2.5 by 3.5. So it's better to cut a little extra off than keep too much. And here I am doing the glue dots again. Like I said, you could do this, or you do the double-sided tape. When I was choosing my backgrounds, what I actually did was I chose not two of my favorites, because my favorite's actually the glowy one, but two that I thought would make good artist trading card backgrounds, overlapped in the middle. That way, when I cut it out, I could cut out a piece of one design, another design, and then a piece that had half of each design on it. Just in case I decided not to do the script, this would add even more interest. So now I'm just using some Mod Podge to lay these gold flaky things in. I don't know, in the end I didn't like it a whole lot. I mean, I don't hate it, but I chose not to do it on any other cards, so I don't know. Go with it. If you have these gold flakes and you want to give it a try, go for it. If you don't worry about it. I think it probably looks better without it. What I might have done differently is add another large cog up in that corner behind everything else, and that would keep the balance and make it look cool. Or maybe a smaller cog up in that corner. I don't know. Lay things out, see what you like. That's the main thing, is to prepare ahead. And here I am just using the glue dots to stick the cogs onto the well, all of the elements, not just the cogs, onto the artist trading card. And I'm sorry if I'm rambling and just being a little awkward. I haven't recorded a video in ages. I've been super busy helping with my grandbaby, and we only just now finally got a space together for our office. We decided to no longer have a dining room, but nobody would ever eat at the dining room table or anything anyway, so it just didn't, it was only useful at Christmas and Thanksgiving. So yeah, anywho, what yeah, see, I'm looking at the cogs and stuff. I put another one up there, but I would probably put that, a big one like that one sitting over next to the gold flakes, up where the gold flakes on the ATC card are, instead of doing the gold flakes. I don't know. It's personal preference. Maybe you like it better than I do. I liked it a lot better after the Mod Podge dried, and it was just its normal color, but it doesn't really match the gold cogs and stuff. It's a little too cool yellow for that, but it's not awful either. I like it. I just don't really like it. If you know what I mean. Alright, and now we're just using the double-sided tape to put the back on, trimming off any excess. And there we go. We have a second artist trading card done. Like I said, this is a quickie tutorial because these are quick makes. That's one of the things that makes this set so cool is if you don't feel like coloring but you want to do some crafty stuff, all you have to do is, run this through your cutting machine or fussy cut yourself, and you have all of the colorful elements already done for you. It's really handy, I think. Okay, and I'm just looking, I'm putting things around, seeing how I want to place stuff. I'm going to stamp, I'm using Memento Black Tuxedo ink stamp. And there we go. Again, you don't have to stamp or anything, just... This would look really pretty with some lace under everything, or some ribbon. Really, you could do. I pulled out the stickles to add some shimmer, and then I forgot to use it. So I guess it's sort of preference if you want to use the stickles or not. Obviously, I did not, even though I show it in the beginning. I might go in and just add it before I send these off to our artistas and mixed media mermaids. And here's where I'm doing, a lot of people who fussy cut will leave the whites around the edges, and sometimes that happens even with your cutting machine. And what I like to do so that the white outlines don't stick out so much is I go in with a marker, one of my Copics, that matches or closely matches the area behind the fussy cut paper piece. And I find that it just helps it all blend in a lot better. This is especially useful if you're working on a dark background, because when you have a dark background, a dark paper, or you've painted it and the color's darker or murkier, the white just stands out so much. It really, in my opinion, for me, ruins the whole project. So just get a marker that matches the background and lightly color over those white edges. It doesn't take long at all, and it really makes everything look so much better, in my opinion. If you want that sticker look, keep the white trim. Sometimes I like that for if it's supposed to be cute or popish or something like that, I'll totally do that. Well, we're just about done here. I'm just going in and filling in more of that white like we were talking about. Don't forget to go in and fill out the back of your artist trading card. It's probably a better idea to fill that out before you glue it on, but it doesn't. As long as you're neat with your workspace, it doesn't matter. You're not likely to lay the front of your ATC into something nasty, but I'm definitely someone who should fill it out first. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please comment below and let me know so I can make more videos like this. I'm just kind of throwing things out there, figuring out what you guys want. Thanks again. See you next time. Bye-bye.